What's going on, Pisces? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for career, money, and purpose in life from now through the end of August 2023. So in this reading, Pisces, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and so much more regarding your career, money, and purpose in life situation from now to the end of August 2023. So before we begin this reading, Pisces, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. So thank you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Pisces. But without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you regarding your career, money, and purpose in life situation from now through the end of August 2023. Thank you, Spirit. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Pisces. Okay, let's see what we got going on here for you, Pisces. Oh, Lord. Okay, Pisces, before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And if you can embody the energy, really utilize the energy of these oracle cards, it will get you far when it comes to your money, career, and life purpose from now to the end of August. So the first energy you're meant to embody from Spirit is do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Okay, so as much as you would like to just retreat into your own isolated bubble and think that's going to protect you, for some reason from now until the end of August, Pisces, this is really about blending in with the crowd, or at least utilizing the help of others, even if you don't want to. You know, I always say, Pisces, maybe some of you out there are the crazy cat ladies who, maybe you live in Idaho on a farm and it's just you and your 9 cats and that's really it. You know, if that's the case, I would try to bring some people over to the farm or something to that of accord, because clearly you're not meant to build a fortress here. Now, some of you are going to want to just actually... Some of you are just going to want to check out of the game of career, money, and life purpose. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know something is going to cause you to really just say, I don't even know if I can do this, but you can do this. You're at what I get from this reading very strongly, Pisces, is at the moment, everything seems like it's at a climax point. It seems hard. It seems like that's when you're 3 feet from gold. What I can tell you right now, Pisces, is you are 3 feet from gold. There may just be one more major hoop that the universe is going to make you jump through before you're ready to really taste that beautiful sundae, that ice cream sundae, or that ice cream cake, that thing that you really want. I really feel like there's one last hoop that you're meant to jump through from now to the end of August, so I'll help you do that. But do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Make sure that you involve other people. Okay, this could be hiring mentors, getting a third opinion from people that you really trust, etc. Because there is going to be something here that you may want to do it alone. You may not really want the expertise of someone, or you may not even want the advice because of some sort of thing you've been burned in the past, is what I'm sensing. So it's going to be hard for you, but I would say don't build fortresses to protect yourself. Now, you also have Law 35, Master the Art of Timing. And this card is really about never seeming to be in a hurry here, Pisces. Okay, so also the art of timing is really like there's something about sniffing out the spirit of the times. so that you can capitalize on where the social momentum of the world is going. And I actually feel like that's something that Pisces is great at, right? You're the dreamer, you're the intuitive, you're basically the spiritual master. No one can really mess with Pisces when it comes to the spiritual world. But part of the reason why we incarnate into the seemingly physical world is to bring new spiritual trends into the collective. And I feel like master the art of timing here on a practical level. I really feel like make sure that you don't seem to be in a rush. There could be something here that happens where, once again, I'm going to be honest, master the art of timing, remain patient. There's something here that some of you may be tempted to give up on. Some of you are going to be working one job and you're going to be starting a side business, and literally you're going to be dumping money, you're going to be dumping emotional capital, you're going to be dumping your financial capital into a side business, and literally, like, if you were to just stick it out one more month, you're going to start to receive the fruits of your labor. There really is something very strongly about not giving up on something too soon, and that involves master the art of timing on a practical level. Don't be seeming too hungry to manifest something. Don't be seeming like you're in a rush. Take your sweet time as the mystic that you are, knowing that everything comes to you at the right time, Pisces. Not even a leaf falls from a tree without the universe's permission. So there are gatekeepers. There are very spiritual ways that things manifest that are human, physical, 3D. The part of us that can only perceive the world through 5 senses, we simply don't understand. From a spiritual level, it can literally look like Gandhi and Jesus opening a gateway that floods gold and abundance down on you, and then bam, you manifest something. Maybe that's how it works, right? So master the art of timing here, Pisces, is really also about sniffing out the trends in society and never losing sight of that as well. Just to be frank with you, I took a risk with naming this channel The Autistic Mystic like 2 years ago. I named it that. And when I initially did that, there really wasn't this big push about unmasking autism that we see now. There really wasn't this big thing about coming out about being autistic, but I actually knew that the world was going to go that way. Like, I had this intuition that I was like, The Autistic Mystic, like, are you sure about that? And then Spirit's like, do it. And now there's just like this explosion of many people who are spiritual who get diagnosed as autism, ADHD, whatever it is, because the system will label you as that. So the system has labeled me as autistic. I've chosen to embrace it and view it as a gift rather than a disorder. And so that's something that I had to really sniff out the spirit of the times. If I tried to do that maybe 5 years ago, maybe it wouldn't have caught on. Now everyone's open to it. There's a great book called Unmasking Autism by a PhD. I forget who it's by. I just started to read it. It's an amazing book, so maybe some of you are meant to check that out. But master the art of timing. The last one is work on the hearts and minds of others. Work on the hearts and minds of others here, Pisces. Law number 43. And this really, it talks about that, like, coercion creates a reaction that will basically eventually work against you. So you must, like, basically work on the hearts and minds of others to, like, basically seduce them into wanting you to move in your direction. Like, a person who wants to move in your direction based off of you working on their heart and their mind, like really letting them know that you care, or they come to, it's like a much different situation than coercing. So just remember, work on the hearts and minds of others. That's how you can really get ahead in business. It's about providing the best possible service to your employer, the best possible service to yourself, the world, or your client. So get out of your own head and start getting into the head of others. Something that held me back on this tarot channel is just getting in my own head. I hope people, don't judge me for the way I look, or I hope, and it's like none of that was focused on you, my client, being Pisces listening. I focused all my attention on you. I fall back to the background. I'm just like a blank face. So it just get out of your own perspective. And also remember, any dream is possible with a Pisces person by your side. I would not be sitting here today if I didn't have Pisces, very important individuals who believed in me. Because Pisces, when you believe in someone, when you give them that gift of your own spiritual positive focus, any dream is possible with a Pisces woman or man or whatever by your side. So make sure that you utilize that as a Pisces. Utilize the mystical, utilize all of this. So that's just what I got for you to start off. But when it comes to your opportunity, Pisces, you have the moon card here. And the moon here is really, in your opportunity, is to not really assume that you know when something should manifest for you. Because remember, destiny always has your back. everything happens, maybe not when you want it, but when it's meant to happen. The universe doesn't give you something when you're ready, but when you're ready. So this is about remaining patient, because there is going to be some sort of difficulty that you're experiencing from now to the end of August. I'll show you in a minute in the overall general energy. But this is really to not, there's a higher order to good and bad. I don't know why that's coming through, but some things that you may consider bad, i.e. failure, perceived failure when it comes to your career, your life purpose, your money situation, you can only fail forward. That's the thing about the public education system, and people we're all in this mindset that, oh, if I fail, that means I'm stupid. No, if you fail, all that means is you get more information. I'm not even getting that a lot of you are going to fail, but what I'm telling you is the universe is putting you in a direction that is very mysterious right now, and you have to go with the flow rather than fight it, and sink into the feminine. That's your opportunity. Sink into the feminine. There may not be a lot that you can do to control what's going to happen. It seems like it's a very, almost like divine intervention. I think I said that to you last reading, and those vibes are still coming back here. So just be aware of that. Now, your challenge is the 8 of Cups. For those of you that have a side business, for those of you that are doing 2 separate things, or even one thing that you're working on, I really feel, Pisces, your challenge is you're going to walk away right before you strike gold. Like when it comes to like the California gold rush, when people went out to San Francisco, I need to get to that city because my Jupiter line runs through there in astrocartography, so I would make a lot of money there. But when it comes to whatever you have set in motion, whatever you've been working towards, there's this really big sense that a lot of you are going to give up on it rather than persisting, rather than really making a decision and sticking with it. Persisting through difficulty is what I get from this, because I really feel like the only reason why I have manifested a very successful YouTube channel is because I persisted through many years of darkness where no one was listening to me, right? There was 2 years when no one wanted to listen to the Autistic Mystic. So it's like, I just feel like you're so close, yet so close yet so far. I don't know why I get those vibes, but you're really meant to remain invigorated at the sense of time in this time. Remain motivated even when it's hard to, I feel like there's something that's going to make you want to, once again, for a large percentage of you, completely opt out of the game. But it's almost like a major test here, I'm telling you. So when it comes to your overall general energy, you have the 6 of Pentacles, you have the Tower, and you also have the 7 of Wands. So something comes to an end that you may be very resistant to here. The 6 of Pentacles is about giving and receiving and exchange. Something comes to an end. Some sort of cash flow comes to an end, or there's a deep change, a fundamental deep change that you may be resistant to. Now, some of you, once again, your opportunity with the Moon is to investigate your own subconscious mind. Have you prepared yourself to receive all the things that you've been asking for, Pisces? Because the Moon has to do with not the part of ourselves that we're aware of. It has to do with the larger parts of our nature that we basically run on autopilot. It's the unconscious part of ourself. And what I feel from this very strongly, Pisces, is that many of you, almost like you're taking the proper actions in physical reality, but maybe your subconscious mind is not actually primed for riches. And so you create, some of this is going to be self-sabotage. There's going to be some sort of, once again, foundation being blown up that creates resistance having to do with give and exchange and money. And what I sense from this is like almost, you see, there was probably many times where I was close to blowing up on this channel, but I wasn't ready for it yet, and I couldn't match the frequency. So I feel like there's something here about your subconscious expectations being revealed to you, or there's something about maybe, are you ready to have what you desire? So many people think that they are afraid of failure, but most people are more afraid of success because it's simply not in your comfort zone. It's simply, whatever happens to you in this physical dimension, in this particular incarnation, whatever you experience, basically is a result of what you truly believe to be most probable. Before I had tarot readings that have hundreds of thousands of views, before my channel blew up, I had to really I had to make it my dominant vibration that this is not even possible, but it is probable and it is going to happen. I had to be in that state of that state of confirmation, that state of abundance before it actually showed up. And something that could be going on, a lesson for some of you here, is that you did all of the external work, but there's something lacking spiritually. And it's not that you're not spiritual. Perhaps it's just not channeling that energy properly in a systematic way, because Pisces sometimes is all over the place. You can really do whatever you want, and that's very tempting, but maybe that leads to a lack of consistency. And so there is something here about maybe you were taking the proper external actions, but when the time came for you to receive some sort of upgrade, you simply subconsciously rejected it. And so your opportunity here is to really look at your subconscious mind, look at why things seem to be happening in a mysterious way. Not even a leaf falls from a tree without the universe's permission, i.e. vibrations on vibrations on vibrations interacting with each other. So make sure you're aware of underlying spiritual energy that's coming into this. And so half the battle is just really believing that you deserve abundance. So in some way, I just feel that. And then this is really where it gets interesting. Because when it comes to what you don't see coming, Pisces, you have the Fool, you have the Magician, and you have the Two of Pentacles here. There's not going to be any question as to where you're going to be going here. When it comes to what you don't see coming, you're really going to be hell-bent on activating your highest potential and utilizing spiritual energy. There's something very, almost like the physical world gets flipped upside down on its head, and you really start to pay attention to the underlying, because, the Magician is very spiritual. It's about the spiritual energy that goes into physical manifestation. You see the cup, you see the wand, you see the pentacle, you see the sword here, representing all four elements going into manifestation. The Fool is about ground zero, the unmanifested state, or it's about something new happening. And the Two of Pentacles here is clearly something wacky is going on in the physical. There's no more juggling. You have all of the... I just feel like something very mystical is going on when it relates to all of this. So just don't lose sight of anything. For a lot of you, you're gonna, in what you don't see coming, once a trigger point happens here, maybe by like mid-August, I'm getting in the beginning of August even, there's some sort of trigger point that sends you into resistance. That once again, the challenge is the Eight of Cups. I'm not getting this as a challenge of you need to walk away. Some of you, it's going to manifest that. More of you, it's a stick-to-itiveness that's your challenge. And I just feel with this energy, Pisces, that I don't know, just had I lost it, whatever. Let's keep going. When it comes to your advice from your spirit guides, you have the Nine of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups, and you have the King of Wands here. Wow, that's positive emotions and inspiration here. I really feel like no matter how you cut it, you have to keep your long-term vision intact. Once again, do not create fortresses to protect yourself. Do not fall into isolation, because you see how this Nine of Cups is an individual, but then this Ten of Cups involves other people. The King of Wands could be an individual, a fire sign that's going to help you during these times, potentially for some of you. I really feel like it's to not lose sight of your long-term goal, but also there is an element of magic here, because the I just feel like there's going to be a deep knowledge about how spiritual energy gets translated into riches or a lack of riches in your life. The Nine of Cups here in your advice is about magic manifestation. This is all about mastering the art of timing, because the Nine of Cups for me as a tarot reader is actually outside of time. The reason why this person has all of these 9 cups in order is because they do not operate in time. They're not allowing the 3D illusion of time passing that our brain perceives it as. It does not allow the illusion of time to unsettle him. He knows that if he chooses with his own free will that these 9 cups, this happiness is my birthright, I choose it, he just has to make the choice, and he knows that when the time is right, when the universe gives permission from the leaf to fall from the tree, when it's meant to happen, it will happen. And I really feel like there is an opportunity for some of you to bend time with your own passion, with never allowing external circumstances to govern never allowing external circumstances to govern your inner state. I really do feel like there is some sort of major spiritual download, I'm getting it right now, Pisces, about, we've all heard the quote, like, life is 10% what happens to us, 90% how we respond to it. That's the Muggles version of, of the fact that really, the universe doesn't know that you've changed until you react differently to adversity. When adversity strikes, and you don't lose your crap. When adversity strikes and you don't go into isolation. When adversity strikes and you remain persistent, you remain optimistic, you remain focused. You don't go into some sort of escapism. I want to give up, a defeatedness, surrender. When the universe sees that the external can't throw off your internal, that's when the universe gives you what you want in the external based off what you're telling it that it wants in the internal. The problem is that for some of you, you're not really aware of the signal that you're fully giving off to the universe when it comes to your subconscious mind. It could look like this. You wake up at 5 in the morning, you wake up at 9 in the morning, you wake up at 11 in the morning, you work until 3 p.m. You wake up, you do your meditation, you work until 3 p.m. Then when 5 p.m. comes, you go out and you have some drinks with your friends, or you smoke weed, or you do something, you play video games, and by the time you're drifting off to sleep, you've completely forgot about the goals, the conscious mind, and the subconscious takes over from the past. The moon has to do with the past coming back to haunt you. So maybe looking at this, and I really feel like this is a very mystical month for you. So with that being said, Pisces, let's go ahead and start clarifying some of these cards to make sense of this reading for you. Let's go ahead and see why the moon is your opportunity, first of all. Why is the moon your opportunity? Oh. Well, that's a little bit too many, so we're probably just going to go with the two that came out already. Yeah, well, the moon is clarified by the Page of Pentacles and also the Six of Wands here when it comes to your opportunity. Your opportunity is definitely to receive some sort of public victory, some sort of major win. The Page of Pentacles is all about doing the dirty work here. So I do feel like it's priming, once again, like I've been saying, priming your subconscious mind for success and victory. And really, like, what I get is because what is the opportunity is the moon, that's spiritual energy. Doing the dirty work when it comes to the spiritual energy, really, working on things like ancestral trauma. For I'm probably like the first entrepreneur in my family, so that's ancestral trauma that I've cleared. What is your family doing? It's looking at all of these different things. And I just feel like there is an opportunity to not lose sight of your vision, no matter what's going on, right? For an opportunity, the opportunity is maybe the universe is rearranging your physical reality based off of what you wished for. And that's actually what's coming through very strongly, Pisces, is that sometimes when you set an intention, for those of you that have been doing the inner spiritual work, then what I sense is maybe there needs to be a big change. If you asked for, okay, I'm going to manifest $500,000 in exactly 2 years, and you've been working on that manifestation, sometimes if you're not on the lifeline that will produce that, the universe will jam it up and like basically create the situation maybe from something that you want, from not want. Like, so for example, for some of you, what I sense actually going on here to some sort of degree, some of you are witnessing this happen in other people that you work with very closely as well, if you're some sort of teacher or something. But there is something here about understanding the like underlying dynamics about the law of attraction where sometimes messed up things can happen. Listen, if you ask the universe, hey, I know I will manifest $500,000 by the year 2025, but then you just sit on your couch, but you're so, you know that you're going to manifest it, then maybe your mother dies and there's some sort of life insurance thing where $500,000 ends up in your bank account. So there is this, you're running the risk where if you're not doing the dirty work, if you're not being stand up, if you're not doing things that make sense for the manifestation to happen, then what this means is maybe the manifestation that you've been asking the universe for is going to come to you in some sort of roundabout way because you've set yourself up to vibrationally receive it, but you're being lazy and you're not really doing it the stand-up way, and it's going to come to you in some sort of weird subversive way. Someone dies, someone gives you money, some sort of weird opportunity comes in for you to get it in a weird way which you didn't actually prefer, and maybe that's when you back out, maybe that's when you actually walk away because you're like, oh, I need to do it differently. Now I understand the practicality of doing the work stand up, doing the things that I don't prefer to do, but doing it like I love it. Discipline. Maybe some of you are learning a lesson around discipline. I don't know, but there's something very mysterious spiritually going on for you. With that being said, I'm actually going to conclude this reading. I hope that this helped you. And with that being said, I'll talk to you next time, Pisces.